Let's start with the dangerous places and then slowly move towards the most deadliest ones in the world. Number 6. Bhangar Fort. This terrifying place on our list is a nightmare for 1.4 billion people on this planet. This place was once home to 10,000 happy people who lived under the rule of beautiful Princess Ratnavati. Every man wanted to marry her. Among these 10,000 people, a wicked tantric named Singya also lived there. He was obsessed with the princess and asked her for marriage, but the princess refused. But this bad egg had some evil plans. He was so desperate to get Ratnavati that he cooked up an evil plan. He knew that Princess Ratnavati's servants would come to buy scented oils for her. He spoiled many scented oils with his black magic to make Princess Ratnavati fall in love with him. Once the servants came, he forced them to buy that spoiled oil, and after some efforts, the servants were convinced and bought that spoiled oil. The servants of Princess Ratnavati told her the story of how the tantric forced them to buy that particular scented oil. Ratnavati, who was sensible and knew the character and intentions of the tantric, felt something fishy, and instead of using that oil, she threw it off the fort wall. The tantric was hiding down below, spying on her. The oil was cursed, so the bottle fell on the rock, and people say that the rock slid from its place and crushed the tantric to death. Before taking his last breath, he cursed the princess, her family, and the entire Bhangar fort. Just a year after the tantric's death, the local people attacked the fort, and Ratnavati died in the battle. The defense of the castle became weaker and weaker day by day after the death of Ratnavati, and the Mughals attacked the fort. The happy city of Bhangar was turned into a hell. People say that they saw spirits of the people who died in the war roaming around the fort at night. No one is allowed to visit there at night for safety reasons. Number 5. Danakil Desert. If you ever wanted to experience hell on earth, look no further than the Danakil Desert in Ethiopia. This place is so hot and dry that it's literally uninhabitable for humans. The average temperature is 34 degrees Celsius, but it can reach up to 50 degrees Celsius during the day. The desert is also full of volcanoes, geysers, and lava lakes that spew toxic gases and acid. The only life forms that can survive here are some bacteria and a few nomadic tribes that somehow manage to scrape a living from salt mining. The Danakil Desert is not only dangerous, but also illegal to visit without a permit and a military escort. So unless you have a death wish, stay away from this hellish landscape. Number 4. Lake Natron, Tanzania. If you think the Danakil Desert is bad, wait until you see Lake Natron. This lake is so salty and alkaline that it can turn animals into stone. Yes, you heard that right. The lake has a pH level of 10.5, which is almost as high as ammonia. This means that any animal that touches the water will die instantly and be preserved by the minerals. The only creatures that can survive in this lake are some algae, bacteria, and flamingos, who feed on the algae and use the lake as a breeding ground. The lake also has a blood-red color due to the presence of cyanobacteria. The result is a surreal and spooky scenery that looks like something out of a horror movie. Would you ever dare to go there? Number 3. The Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. Imagine a giant hole in the ground that has been burning for almost 53 years. That's what the Door to Hell in Turkmenistan is like. This hole is actually a natural gas crater that was created in 1971 when a Soviet drilling rig accidentally punctured a gas pocket and caused a massive explosion. The engineers decided to set the gas on fire, hoping that it would burn off in a few days. But they were wrong. The gas has been burning ever since, creating a fiery spectacle that can be seen from miles away. The hole is about 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep and emits a loud roar and a foul smell. The hole is also a magnet for wildlife, especially spiders, who are attracted by the heat and the light. The hole is also a popular tourist attraction, despite the dangers of falling in or getting burned. The Door to Hell is a place of wonder and awe, where nature's power and beauty are on full display. Number 2. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. Aokigahara Forest is notorious for being the most popular place in Japan to commit suicide. Located at the base of Mount Fuji, this forest is dense and dark, with twisted trees and tangled roots. It's also very quiet, as the sound is absorbed by the moss and the soil. Many people believe that the forest is haunted by the spirits of those who died there, and that they can lure others to join them. Some also say that the forest is cursed by the ancient practice of subacute, which means abandoning the elderly or the sick in the forest to die. Every year, Hundreds of people enter the forest to end their lives, and many of them are never found. The forest is littered with signs, ropes, and belongings of the victims. Some volunteers patrol the forest and try to prevent suicides, but they often arrive too late. Number 1. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. If you have a fear of dolls, you might want to avoid the Island of the Dolls in Mexico. This island is filled with hundreds of dolls, some of which are mutilated, decapitated, or missing limbs. The dolls are hung from trees, fences, and buildings, creating a creepy and unsettling atmosphere. The island was once owned by a man named Don Julian Santana, who found a dead girl and a doll floating in the canal near his home. He believed that the girl's spirit haunted the island, and he started collecting dolls and hanging them around the island to appease her. He also claimed that the dolls were possessed by the girl's spirit and that they would move and whisper at night. He spent 50 years on the island, collecting and hanging dolls, until he died in 2001. His body was found in the same spot where he found the girl. The island is now a tourist attraction, where people can visit and see the dolls. However, many people report feeling uneasy and scared on the island, and some even claim to hear the dolls talking. Would you dare to set foot on the Island of the Dolls? Tell us in the comments. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of our video. You've seen some of the most deadliest places in the world, and you've survived. But how do you feel now? Are you scared, amazed, or curious? Do you want to visit any of these places, or would you rather stay away from them? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.